Over here, babe. It's over here. You're gonna sit over here.
Thank you.
Babe, what you got for you? Oh, his pillow's right there? Okay, I'm gonna move this out. I'm gonna move this out first, Joe. Manual. Yeah. Okay, but we'll have it set up when you come back. I think so. If not, I'll have to share the other.
Well, we can help.
Okay. Right there. That middle one, yeah, right there. Right where you are. I want that black chair there.
This is the young lady you talked to when I went to Houston.
Hey, how you doing? We'll talk. I have a lot to tell you about. Okay, let's go. When are they moving the projector?
So you decided you're ready to sit down now?
When are they moving the projector over here? Charles said they were going to put...
What's your name? Rusty.
Bubba, where's Bubba?
That's maybe on silver.
I wouldn't turn this place inside out.
Let's bring it on the bad side of it.
I can't make a mess of my makeup. No, ma'am. I'm okay.
How are you?
Well, that's what I was trying not to miss it either. What is this?
Thank you that you're joining me.
Join you, okay? Good. I'm working on it.
I don't have time for that.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Hey, after 10 years.
Can we get I know Belcher's moving around. I want to, we're going to have to help
All right,
everybody.
come on in and water's fine.
So we get the prayer thing.
And I recognize this person. Yeah.
But no,
Yeah, this
since we ain't no hurry to get out of here. I'm gonna take these. Monique, is this yours to go back in the back?
Thanks for being here.
I don't like the idea that this is open like that. Yes, tell him. Yeah.
It's been out like this since you got it.
Yeah, tell him to cover it up.
Sit right there.
All right. I'll have another one. I'll have another one soon. Yeah.
I got it. Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Bubba. Hey, Bubba. I'm checking those earrings. I'm checking. That's okay. How are you? You look so pretty. I know. You look like okay. Oh, that's what you just wanted to walk back here.
From October, we got our card party.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how are you? I'm better now. I'm better now.
Hey, what can I say? This way we do it, I guess.
Hey, Dad. Dad.
Hit it.
What's up, Mom?
Father dear, can you hear me?
So you're not going to come speak
I know you're rolling through and you're speaking to all your peeps.
I'm on the way to my seat.
Okay, no, you kept walking, but I want to go ahead and ask Mr. Reyes to come over and pray over the food so at least we can start things happening.
Can I get in?
Because I don't know if anybody else is drinking alcohol, but sometimes food goes well with alcohol. So
Oh boy.
Our Father, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Lord Jesus, just as you took the 5 loaves and multiplied them to feed the 5,000, we pray that you would bless these gifts, this food, and that you would multiply it for the household of Dr. Belcher, his family, his friends. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Amen. I think I called that.
I saw you, but that was it. I saw you, but yes, ma'am. How you been doing? That's all we can do.
You finna sing?
It's in the back. No, come back. Come back. How Louis? Keep it back up.
Okay.
Y'all heard her, didn't you? Undertone.
Maybe let's start at the back.
Where's Richard?
I don't know.
Hey girls, so we're at Granddaddy's retirement.
Okay,
Do
I
you
can't
want
do
to say
anything.
anything?
Uncle is an old man. No. Take it to me.
I was gonna put it right here.
Okay, put it right here.
Anyways,
She's trying to get
I'm
out
so
of the spot.
thankful to have my granddad.
But he's in
I'm so
his late
thankful to have my
60s,
granddad
so
in
I
my
can't
life.
tell an
I
old
feel
man
like
what to
he
do.
makes
You
me
talk
like
to him
history a
and
lot
tell him
because
your
history.
food is
He
being
was a
ordered.
history
What do you
teacher,
want?
and
Let him,
I basically like aced my classes because of him. And I'm very thankful for him and being in my life. And happy early birthday!
What's beautiful?
Happy early birthday, Granddad!
Ken did it. I came in crying. Ken just got up and just fixed everything up. I
just needed some help.
Because Dr.
and
Belcher
being
has
like
been,
a
he was in
second
emergency
father more than a
yesterday.
granddad to me. I appreciate you so much. Happy early birthday and
2 days
happy
ago, just-
retirement!
And I've just been on a lot of stress, and I came
That
in
part.
and I've just started
That part.
crying. And Ken said, "What you want us to do?" So they did everything. I left
Do you
Ken.
guys have anything to
Hi,
say
how you
to
doing?
Dr. Belcher?
Good. So y'all found y'all seat? Okay.
For the past 10 years, he has been a joy, and he blessed us with his wife as well. Happy retirement, Dr.
Oh, your hair is pretty, girl. Your hair is so pretty, huh? It's almost as pretty as mine.
And I'm in the way.
Congratulations, Dr. Belcher. I'm so
How
glad
y'all
you
been
get
doing?
to celebrate your
I'm so
retirement.
happy
I
that
hope
you're
you have a
here.
wonderful next chapter of your life. God bless every day.
Right? Alright, do you guys have anything to say? You guys even know now? Okay. Hi, happy retirement. You are so shy. Why you ever so shy? Okay.
We're in
Do you guys want to say anything to Dr. Belcher, Granddad? He's going to see this later.
Good job, Dr. Bud. Go for that Malibu rum and grapefruit juice.
So mistake.
Bluebell ice cream. Thank you. Because of you, we live well. Thank you.
Good job.
Good talk. But it's go in the best.
Put this in nobody's Since you have retired, I'm going to tell you a few things that come with it.
Okay.
First of all, don't get out of bed until 10 o'clock, at least.
Liar.
That's me. Okay? Secondly, can I have it a little quiet? Excuse me.
The mic, girl.
Secondly, but
Look at her.
Since you retired, your hips hurt.
I got that one.
No, I'm going to take the mic from you.
I got that one so far.
And I need our tough thing. And I need to tell you, I could trade sticks with you because mine broken in. Sticks, broken in. I retired. This is my third one.
I want to be just like you.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we can walk together. And then another thing is,
I'm saying, no.
You retired this time because I remember you trying to do this before. And you didn't go through the proper channels, so you didn't get a retirement point. So this is the real deal over here. Okay? So I don't feel the need to tell you, but I can't say it in front of your guests. So we'll talk later.
Did she tell you to go next?
I love you, bud.
I'm gonna make sure.
I'm next. Yeah, he's up next and he can't talk in 3 minutes.
Might as well.
Ta-da! Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
I got a paper.
You might come back.
Get all your pictures because we won't get a chance to do this again.
Oh!
It's one and done.
One and done.
So he thinks.
All your pictures.
Anyway, you get to retire from the system. But buddy, you just wait. And look, I would wish you a speedy recovery from your where you are now. But as soon as you put that cane down, out in the backyard, you know how it goes. So,
his 2 minutes is up.
Anyway, I know we have been family for a long time, and if you anybody in this room has had any type of family, you know one of the most important things on this earth after God is family. You know, we fall out, we make up, and we fall out and we make up. Most of all, we should make up.
Tell me.
Dr. Bud, I have yet to get him upset. And I've been trying.
Monique.
It don't work. So,
Bill.
my thing is, you're one of a kind. No matter how you slice it. You know, I ain't gonna tell you everything they said about you, but you're one of a kind. And I wish you many, many, many years after this day.
Woo! Wow, you did it. You did it.
That was my Uncle Bubba. Next, I have my Uncle Dale.
A Belcher, an original Belcher.
This is Dale Belcher, the original Belcher.
Good evening, y'all. I've been around since he first started this journey. I used to always ask him, man, when you gonna get out of school? You've been going to school for 20 years. He said, I won't get there, I'm gonna get there. But now it's time to call it quits and he can kick his heels up now, so I'm glad to see it. Like I said, I went through a lot of this journey with him from state to state, and he impressed me. I just couldn't keep up with him. But in the meantime, I'll say have a good retirement, brother. All right.
Thank you. Speak up.
Thank you so much. Okay. Okay.
Should I find him? I'll go find him.
I'm going to go ahead and speak. As the eldest of four, we had two sisters still in California, and my brother is around here somewhere.
We are ready.
Oh, oy vey. And my brother is
we are
around
ready.
here.
Yeah, as soon as she finishes, yeah.
Mike. Bend that key. Don't let Uncle Bubba hold you up. Get away from him. Dad, I want to say this. When there is a merger of two families, and yes, it is a merger. It is a merger. We are a blended family, but no one would know the difference because this is my father. We don't share the same blood, but we share everything else. Everything else. My biological father knew that I was in good hands when this man stepped in. He might not have liked him in the beginning, but he knew I was in good hands. We've been through journeys. And it is so good to see him finally be able to sit back and breathe and just be dad.
You're not speaking.
That's it. But Uncle Bubba already told y'all who he's married to. You already told you. So his job is not done, but his paycheck job is done.
I'm gonna pay you, baby.
I love you.
Right. Love you too, baby. Thank you.
It's no need for me to tell you how much I love you, right? I tell you all the time, right? And I make the comment all the time that because of him we live well, not because of material possessions, but just by his intelligence. He's given us all something, and anyone that knows him, he's giving you something. This man has always had my back, no matter what I did. And I hope I turned out all right. I hope I did. I stressed him out. I stressed him and my mom out, but he still hung in there, and you taught me a lot. You know, you taught me what a man really is and supposed to be. And you taught me a lot about dealing with me and my craziness, though. So I love you, and hey, I pray I can, in the next 15 to 20 years, I can retire right behind you.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Hey, I wish I could have retired you earlier, but I got you, man. All right, you guys have a good time.
All right.
Hey, and I just want to say on this video, oh my God, where'd that picture come from?
Why it's so small?
There's pictures of family. My cousins that are in California are on these pictures. There's my brother-in-law, my sister, and their son. There's my sister. So when you see these light bright people and these other people with these good hair, that's the other side of the I'm sorry. With the curly hair.
All hair is good hair.
Over there. Hearing two things from both granddaughters that are actually here. There's another granddaughter right there and a great grandson right there.
Powerball.
That's a song.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The babies. Anyways.
That's the youngest great grandson.
I would like to say that I think growing up, I was pretty much, I knew who my mom's father was, but I always knew that was my granddad, right? Never knew that they weren't related at all. I thought that was her dad, okay? So, and even finding out, like, anyways. But, I think he's a very hardworking man, and I think that he really deserves to be off. And I feel like he more than deserves to be off, because that man, he been through a lot. Like I said, I used to call his school like the bad kids school.
That's all the teachers back there.
It's crossroads. It's just crossroads. But I still call it to the day, even though the kids aren't bad. I think the kids are probably wonderful, and he loves his kids dearly. But never mind. But yeah, that's what I used to call it. And I think my favorite subject is history, and I think he had the biggest part to play in that whole subject, because I think it's just a really good thing to learn about and stuff. I'm always just so intrigued, and I think he's the main person who made me that way.
Oh.
Thank you.
Hey. How y'all doing? Good. Okay, so this man right here, let me tell y'all about this man right here. It's so much to say. You know how in the Bible they say that there's often angels placed on earth? I can definitely say he's one of them. Since I was a little kid, man, him and his wife have been amazing people in my life.
His wife, not grandmother.
They made a big impact on my life. I've had many history teachers, like Yanni said. He does teach history, but he was definitely the main one who answered all my questions and taught me everything I needed. Our favorite history teacher right there. That we never had. And he definitely deserves his retirement. I mean, although he's not fully retired.
Amen. Why not?
Grandma. He does deserve his retirement from working in general. He works hard. He does what he's supposed to do.
And he loves his wife.
Yes. And he beyond teaches. He teaches to guide, teaches for the future. That's what he's supposed to do. That is a real teacher right there. And that is.
You better grab that, because you know she'll go on. India.
And that is one thing I can say. I have a deep love in my heart for this man. Thank you very much. And Dilla, Indala, would you like to speak?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
This is my grandbaby.
My grandbaby. That's it.
Our grandpappy, everyone. Grandpappy for the most of the year. Thank you, thank you.
Go get the mic, Wendy, please.
We're going back.
So,
Don't worry about it.
thank you, ladies. Thank you. We come from a family of actresses and actors. If you have not
Drama queens, drama queen.
Right there. Yeah, that one, the grandmother.
And she's about to say something, right? If you don't, you're in trouble.
Grandmother?
Oh, baby, I just told her you don't give her that damn. We're gonna be in trouble. I said, yeah, you better get that mic to her. One more thing.
Just FYI, this is my grandmother.
In the car and bringing it and throwing it in my mouth.
Yeah, right. After her.
I'm about to call the back table.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am the mother of the two Thomas girls and
Not
one
you.
Thomas boy here.
Two boys.
Two of Thomas boys here.
Okay.
And look, I have the third boy here.
Yeah.
I'm the mother-in-law of Dr. Bud. And I just missed him the last day because he hasn't been by my door to say anything.
Yeah, he's been upstairs. He couldn't come down.
I love him from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
And I stopped saying he's my son-in-law. He's my third son.
Yes, yes.
He's a lovely person. Anybody ever met him, they know he's a lovely man. Make friends with anybody.
Get that big mic
He's
for
very
her. Get that mic for her.
kind-hearted. So I just pray God that he gets strength and get back on his feet. So thank you.
All right, so right now we're going to stop at all of the teachers and everything else. And what I'm going to ask is that we start.
I couldn't do anything but laugh when I saw the presentation.
We start.
I said, it said something to the effect of Dr. Belcher, Dr. Bud, Granddad Belcher. They didn't have the name that.
Say it. Say it.
And out of respect for the guest of honor, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to refer to him today by his Dr. Belcher.
You can tell him.
There are Dr. Bud and hyphen. And Dr. Bud and hyphen. Dr. Bud and hyphen.
You want it?
That's the communion buddy man.
No, I can't find my keys.
So, you know, it was funny
You got my
because
keys,
I think it was his son or somebody said something earlier about Dr. Bud always has your back. And that really, they stole it out of my mouth because I was going to say, you know, Dr. Bud has had my back since day one.
Ernie, your head is
but
right.
primarily because he used to sit on the row behind me at church.
So he had your back.
And we were kind of the play-by-play commentators. We would kind of whisper a few things back and forth, and every now and then have to ask the Lord to give us a little bit of forgiveness. I'm gonna leave that with one of the first times I met Dr. Bud, him and Miss Brenda were doing the church announcement, and I remember thinking to myself, well, that's a real OG, old school, black love, smooth man. Just even doing church announcement, just both of them just smooth, you know. Just and make sure you put this on your calendar. What I like to think of is, that's my favorite dude right there. I need to make good friends with him. So I was there. Had no interest in the meeting, but I was there just because Dr. Bud said put it on your calendar. Make sure you do that. But we kind of gravitated towards each other, and there was a group of us that gravitated towards each other, and we ended up calling ourselves Gen 5. Because there were 5 generations of us. No, not Thank you for the clarification. Even like generations, there were 5 generations of it. So at the time, we had, I think I was the youngest one. I was in my 20s. We had a guy in his 30s, 40s, 50s, and then on up to
Dr. Zay, whatever that was.
Gen 5. And we used to hold our regular board meetings on Wednesday night. Yeah, it's time to get that started back up. We would hold it, in the surrounding parts of these areas. Yeah, still stay. Had shirts, had everything. And out of those meetings came advice. I was still in college and counseling. And the great thing about it wasn't just one-way advice. Even though I was a lot less mature and a lot less
seasoned, yeah.
He would always accept my advice as well, more so how to deal with the bad kids school. Because he always had to go bright and early the next morning. But one thing about him is, I could always count on him for advice. We don't talk to each other every day. We're lucky sometimes to even make a couple times a year, but you know what? It's always like old times. So when this came across my email, I said, you know what? Whatever happens, I'm not going to miss it for the world. So I just want to say, Dr. Bud and Hyphen, I love you. If you need something to do in retirement, I just had a newborn on the 14th of May. And in your words, if inflation gets the best of you, okay. Hey, well, you know what? In the words of your grandfather, put it on the schedule.
Watch out for that potty bag.
All right. Moving on. I really appreciate that. I am going to call. I'm sorry, y'all. I have a long list of things to do. I am going to call.
Are you okay? Yeah, fine, thank you.
Miss Lewis.
Miss Lewis? Monique, have you called Malcolm? Have you got Malcolm? You want to do it?
And Miss Lewis is going to introduce herself.
Oh, she's going to introduce herself, okay. I was going to say, Monique, who is she?
All right.
I need that because that mojito had a little bit too much eat over you. Okay, let me start over. I am Miss Lewis, the principal at Fort Worth Kent Academy.
All right.
The school where the bad kids go. Now, you know how you know people can talk about family, but can't nobody else talk about family?
Yeah. Oh, she's that way.
That's how I feel about my babies. No. They are misunderstood.
Yeah, yes.
And a work in progress.
Amen.
But they can be bad. No, I was asked to actually roast Dr. Belcher. And it's pretty hard to roast someone that you see as your mentor.
All right now.
So I tried to get material from my staff. Because you know, staff act differently with each other. But they had nothing to say.
No problem.
I mean, I sent out a spreadsheet. I made it real easy for them to just type it in anonymously. I got one comment. They said they're going to miss your Cliff Huxtable sweaters.
Kendrick, he's mine.
It was him. However, you know, we actually celebrated him briefly at lunch on his last day.
Oh my goodness, I heard
and
about that.
everyone had such eloquent words to express their gratitude towards Dr. Belcher. You heard words like black excellence, smooth, cool, calm, kind. We ain't seen that yet. Not yet. We didn't see that one yet. However, no one had anything to say out of respect for you and how you carry yourself, which they probably could have said something. I mean, no one even brought up the sweaters. But out of so much respect for you, everyone just had very pleasant words to say about you. And it was an emotional time. Because this is someone in your building that you know that you can go to and you can get the facts that you may not want to hear, but he's going to give it to you in a soft way, and he's going to be telling you the truth, and he's not going to tell you anything he wouldn't do. And that's who Dr. Belcher was. Is to us. Now I'm starting to question if I should let you go all the way, because now you're walking around with a cane. Did you start breakdancing and we didn't know what was going on? When you went to the car, when you left out the building, did you do some flips?
That's fine.
Anyway, at this time,
tell your aunt to shut up. Look over there, get it.
I truly do love you.
Yeah.
As a friend, as a co-worker, we are so glad you brought Mrs. Belcher to our community with her beautiful self. Oh no, she'll be in the building. She always comes in the building. She decorated my teacher's lounge for me. You know, sometimes you have to put people on assignment just so you can see them, because you just like to feel good when they're in the building. That's how we feel when she comes around.
And that's where I feel when I come too.
She's like, everyone looks at her and Dr. Belcher would say, that's relationship goals right there. When we get old, y'all not old, I'm sorry.
It's okay, baby. That's all right. That's okay.
You gotta get that off the tape. When we are seasoned, as well seasoned as you are, that's our goal, to be just like you two. So at this time, Texas Can Academy West Creek campus, don't get us confused with the rest, because we are the best.
All right.
And the numbers do show that. Yeah, we're not just talking. We would like to present Dr. Belcher.
Monique, move back and let them get together.
With this token of appreciation.
Let them get together. Oh, man. We ain't gonna be able to.
And for those in the back. For those in the back, it says, Fort Worth Can Academy West Creek presents the Dedicated Service Award to Dr. Harold Belcher, June 2022. And whatever comes next from this dude named Coach Wilson, I apologize in advance.
She's apologizing.
With lemons. Sorry. So I'm not a clown or anything, so I'm going to try to keep this professional.
Yeah, you can sit down.
I don't have any funny stories. I do have a memorable story. This was, I think it was last year, Christmas time. Rum cakes were kind of going around, and Dr. Belcher said, give me a rum cake from your sister. I said, okay, no problem. He cared enough to ask me one day, and he said, Lemons, are me and you good? I said, does my face really show that I'm struggling? And so he said, no, I just want to make sure me and you are good. I said, yes, Dr. Belcher, I'm fine in me. And so it reminded me that there are some people that do care about your well-being, whether you think you in it alone. But Dr. Belcher did not keep walking that day. And so for him to stop and think about me, I'm going to be thinking about him forever.
Yeah.
Even Miss Belcher, I love her plants. I have plenty of plants from Dr. Belcher. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Wilson, now we call you Wilson.
Now, I'm Coach Wilson. My co-workers, Simmons, Thompson, told me to behave today. So I'm gonna behave slightly.
Slightly.
I'm gonna mix a little bit of this with heartfelt, good things, and then I'm gonna get you. When I first came to Canton, Ms. Lewis told me that I was gonna get a mentor. I was like, okay. I hadn't seen any of the staff, anything, and she told me the person's name, and she said Harold Belcher. I knew he was old because of Harold. I know that there's nobody under 40 named Harold. And then she introduced me to him, we got going, and his first piece of advice was, find a way to do you, your way, how Ken wants you to do it. I took that piece of advice and ran with it. That was true. He said, make sure you do you in the classroom. I was an English 3 and 4 teacher. Now I am everything else, security. So I did me, but we're going to talk about these sweaters. I never met anybody that had as many sweaters as this man right here. Multiple colors, everything. I said, if that woman don't do nothing else, she gonna make sure that he is warm. She's gonna make sure that man is warm. He had on a black one, but it was like a sweater jacket. It was like a swacket. But wait, I said, Doc, I love that. I like that. I would rock that. And guess what? The next day, the man brought me one.
He did that. He would give
He came to my room. My room was right around the corner. He came to my room. He said, Wilson, this for you. I'm like, what? He said, that's for you. I said, I got it, Doc. Swag it. And I'm okay. There's a couple things that stand out for me. One of the things that stands out for me is one day, and again, Ms. Lewis likes to be nice. I'm going to be real, because again, part of my job is security. Them kids bad. They bad. I walked in to help on that flight that made it to World Star. I was there. His glasses on here. Because Doc just slid in. He was like this. I said, Doc, you can't break up a fight like that. Incapacitate. Take one of them, throw him up against the wall. But he's been there on so many occasions for me. When Ms. Lewis talked about y'all as a couple, I have asked both of you all advice. Asked you for so many different things, for relationship advice, everything. There's my relationship over there with the phone up. She the only one in the room with the phone up. And it's helped out so many times. But since this is my first role/retirement, other first, did y'all know that Dr. Belcher was the first person to attend Wilberforce and Central State University? Those are historically black colleges universities in Ohio. Wilberforce and Central State. Wilberforce, see, you ain't heard of it. He was the first person to go there. Now, I'm from Ohio. I know these schools are literally across the street from each other. How the hell he go to both of them? But he did.
Is he from Ohio?
Dr. Belcher's been a lot to me. The one thing that made me really connect with him was my second year. We were walking out to our cars. We leave at different times because he's always staying doing extra. I leave when the bell rang and the kids. 4:39, I'm clocking out at right when. Beep. So we were walking at the same time and we caught. They bad.
Stop saying that, Wilson.
We were walking out and that day we parked next to each other. and we're walking out, and we're saying our goodbyes. He's like, "I'll see you tomorrow, Wilson. See you tomorrow." And a whole bunch of our boys were sitting there, and we unlocked the cars. We were walking to our cars. At the time, he had his Jag. I drive a Cadillac CTS, and a whole bunch of the boys said, "I want to be like y'all when I grow up."
Oh.
If y'all can do that and drive those as a teacher, I'm gonna be like y'all when I grow up.
Wow.
And the next day we kind of talked about that, and he said that touched me because we didn't do anything but walk out to our cars. But because we were black men, trying to teach, educate, and help and work with these badasses, they said, "I'm gonna be like y'all." Now I'm gonna leave y'all with two things. Two things that helped me know Dr. Belcher was retired. One of them, we have walkie-talkies. School really ain't that big, but we have walkie-talkies. No. I'm sitting in my office working and come over the mic and over the walkie-talkie, and he said, I'm not gonna say the real kid's name, so he said, "I'm sending little Pookie to you, Reyes. I don't want to see him no more." We don't know what happened to Pookie. Like, I'm dead serious. He said, "I'm sending him to you. I don't want to see him no more." On our last fire drill, we standing outside. Now, and this little girl was standing next to him, and now we have to account for every kid before Miss Lewis and Mr. Andrews say, "All right, y'all go home." And we dismissed from the parking lot. This little girl was standing next to him. She said, "If you don't get your little narrow ass over there." That's how I knew he was ready to go. And he said it just like that. "If you don't get your little narrow ass over there." And she was walking away. We trying to go home. But they know that when we talk to them like there's a place of love. They know.
No, you don't.
Dr. Belcher, Miss Belcher, I love both of you.
I love
Doc,
you too.
It's going to be different without you being there. Thank y'all for letting me do this. I was going to get you, but I couldn't find it in my heart.
I want to call one other person up. I figured we were going to go on a high with Wilson, and I want to bring it down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Who's the VP of CAN?
Jump.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Let me sit over here. Is that Monique seat? No, I'll sit here. We're gonna get
Hi
Johnson.
everyone, I'm not a man of words, but thank God that Miss President served food today.
Thank goodness Miss Perez didn't serve food today. They bad on each other.
She told me that, Mr. Reyes blessed with Jesus, that's how I'm gonna bless with a lot, no problem. I'm gonna eat that food. So anyways, with Dr. Belcher, I mean, I'm his first neighbor, even though, I'm his senior, but that doesn't work. No, it never works like that because me and Dr. Belcher, the time that I met Dr. Belcher, it was like I was a second year teacher, and it was something, Miss Lewis hired me because I guess Miss Lewis couldn't hire anybody else because the kids are bad. And for some reason, I don't know, for people like Indian and Pakistani, they think they already know math, so let's push them. So just, we have a lot of fun memories. I remember the one memory where they asked me about myself, tell us 2 or 3 different things. And the reason I'm telling you is not because of me, it's because of Dr. Belcher. Whenever I made Dr. Belcher laugh, it's like my day is good. So they asked me, tell us 3 things about you that is, and 2 of them is true and 1 of them is not. So I said, why? Well, let me think. So I wrote it down. I work for 7-Eleven. I have an airport clearance. And I'm 265 pounds, right? So now I have people who love me and look at me. 7-Eleven? That's the right one. Airport security! No way. But guess what? I I never worked for 7-Eleven. I work for FedEx, so I have airport security clearance, and I also 260 is probably a little bit less today. Not much.
A little bit less.
But one thing about Dr. Belcher, I know a lot of people talk about, his advice and everything. To me, I was in a very bad time with the relationship, and it's always relationship for some reason always goes to them. Everybody goes to them. I don't know why. Maybe it's natural why, because we can see it. So I asked him, and he simply said, just go ahead and do what you think is right. So I did it, and I'm very happy with my life.
Oh, wow, Belcher.
And I can tell you this, something that it was wait for 13 years. So my thing is, do I want to do this or do I want to keep waiting? My parents getting old, and they don't, and in our culture, moms are more, when you gonna get married? When you gonna get married? So, we live together too. And I know some of you guys it's hard, but it's okay. So for Dr. Belcher, for giving me that advice that day, it's probably the change of the course of my life, and I'm very happy. I couldn't say anything during that lunch because I'm an emotional person. I usually cry. I don't know why, but I do.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't want to cry.
It's all right.
But I can tell you so many times
cries.
when we made a joke of a particular person in the campus. We have Dr. Belcher laugh all the time. So I don't know, but one thing truly from the bottom of my heart, even though we believe in a slightly different faiths, we still believe in God. My thing is the moral values that I learned from my grandfather. I think there's the same moral values coming from Dr. Belcher. So if somebody asks me who you want your son to be, like the way he acts, the way they carry himself, I'm probably not gonna say my grandfather. I'm probably gonna say Dr. Belcher.
Johnson.
If I could retire and have that love that is in this building right now, I would retire a happy person. But the people I work with, I can't stand them. So I am so glad that you have people that love you and you love them back. I'm so happy about that.
Johnson.
I got new co-workers. I don't like them.
No.
I'm sorry. I was on a tangent. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. I digress. Right now.
Johnson.
Okay.
I don't have my.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay.
When we need to step in, don't we? When people need help. So I'm going to call this person up. She did a marvelous job, and she's not finished. I want to call this person up. No, you're not finished. Because let me say this. Ken, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, enough of that. I want to call Johnson up here. Yes, ma'am. Come on up, Johnson. Come on up. Come on. See, she cries a lot too. Come on, Johnson. Come on. You know what?
We can roll
it to you, baby.
We can roll it to you.
You want to roll it to you? Okay, come on.
Come on.
Listen. I know probably every story that goes on, that has gone on campus, because when you do pillow talk, when you work at CAN, your mate, whoever it may be, is going to get the pillow talk. You go home and you talk about what happened during the day. But let me tell you this. I know that this woman, and she shies and she's emotional like me. I'll cry if you look at me. But I know she put up with my husband a lot. And you too, because I would call her and tell her to take this message to Lewis. I would say, look, da is going on with my husband. I need y'all to take care of him. Would I not? These women have taken care of my husband for 10 years. 10 years. So you know one thing, I felt safe at home because I knew, and that goes for every woman at CAN. Martin, Perez, all of you. You took care of my husband. And I thank you. Breathe, sister. I know.
I'm going to try to remember two things. I'm going to try to, well, it's a bunch, trust me, but we're going to go with two. I didn't know, well, I guess I did know, that the kid, his students didn't know. I believe that back in the day, Dr. Belcher could tear up a floor. Okay? He showed up a little bit late to prom, and everybody and all the kids were sitting down, and it's been a minute. But what I do remember is that when he did show up late, all he did was he just hit his foot on the floor, and everybody turned around and looked. Of course, the kids were like, who is that? And they had never seen him in that way. And then the next song that came on was "Doing the Butt." And so he was doing the butt. And again, the kids had never seen him like that, so that was one instance. Miss Belcher would always either call or text me and say, hey, if anything is going on with my husband, you call me. And I don't know if it was you had to eat differently or whatever was going on at that point in time, but that day, you were on campus subbing. And I either text you or called you and said, he's in the office and he's lying down.
Yeah.
But what you don't know is, I was in another room with Miss Lewis. I said, girl, he and that Miss Belcher, they're straddling Mr. Belcher. Lewis was, no, Johnson. I said, yes, he is. Girl, you play too much. And so, that was one of the times, you don't know nothing about that until now. But I thought that was kind of fun. That's all I got, because everything else I would start crying.
Where are you when they come up? Isn't it? Did we get everybody? Oh, you were going to ask everybody. Oh, I'm going to ask everybody from Kenya to stand up. Because remember going to do that? You, Rogers? Sure. You don't remember?
Hey, let's go.
What I am going to do is I'm going to ask everybody from Ken to please stand, if you could.
Stan, come on, Stan. All
right.
I just wanted everybody that is family to see his other family.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to do. Thank you, family. Now, can I have family stand, please?
Raise your hand, Mom. Raise your hand up.
Those that can't stand, raise your hand. I see you back there in the back. Woo!
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Right now, I think that we have come to the end of this rainbow. But my dad is still searching for the pot of gold, though. We're done with this. We're moving on to something new. We have.
Did you want to hold your fingers? I want to thank everybody too. Cool. Okay.
You want to do that now?
Okay. I just have this that I need to share. This was like this retirement gathering here. I can tell you now. It was something that was requested at the last minute. If you know me, I'm a planner. So last year I asked, hubby, do you want a retirement? No, I don't want a retirement. I just want to just ease on out. I said, okay. And I don't know what went off in his head about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4. I want a retirement party. Well, my husband doesn't ask for much. So when he asks for something, I try to do it. So it happened. But it wouldn't have happened if I didn't have these people working with me. My right hand, bad daughter. Come on over here. I mean, she put up with me. Do you hear me? Without this girl, I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have done it. And she kept saying, Mama, we can do it. Mama, we can do it. And I'm stressing over here of a lot of things. Mama, we can do this. If you say we can do it, baby, let's do it. Let's do it. I also have had the help of my best friend, my best young friend, Valerie. Would you raise your hand up, Valerie? I don't want to miss anybody. And I've had great contribution from my mom. My mom. All of the slideshows were put together by my nephew, Emmanuel. Raise your hand. Thank you, Angela, for sending those pictures over. You know, I call people at the last minute. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Lemons. Thank you, guys. Martin. Oh, yes. I have to name this person because I always call on this person at the last minute, but he always show up for me when I call him, and this is what he always say. Yes, Mom. Okay, Mom. It's my son-in-law, Ernie. So let's give him a hand. Yeah. So I really, really, really thank you. If I miss anybody, charge it to my head and not my heart. I think that's what they say. But I really, really do appreciate all of you coming. Oh yeah, thank you, Monique. And I really do appreciate all of you coming, and I hope that you enjoyed yourself. I'm not a person that I trip, yeah, like everybody else, but I'm not a person that have nightmares. I had 2 nightmares in the last 3 weeks. I mean, it was so bad that he said, I don't even know what language you were speaking when I tried to wake you up. Yeah, so, but I honestly, and I can't say this enough, Monique, I wouldn't have made it without you. Because she would just say, Mom, I know, Mom. I'm just so thankful that you put up with me. And I was calling her 10 times a day.
I'm sorry. I work from home, y'all. And
I was calling you all the time.
And you were calling me.
I know.
During my work time. I had one day that I didn't get no work done because she called almost every hour. And it's almost like talking somebody off the cliff. You know what I'm saying? I'm going, come on, Mom. It's not, we don't need to do this. We just make it simple. No, come on. Let's come back this way. And wait, no. That's my mother, because my mother likes to go all out, and especially for this one right here, she goes all out. Half the stuff you see up in here, it was going to be 2 times this amount. I said, "Look, come back up and play again. Come on back."
You didn't have to say all that.
I'm sorry.
But anyway, yeah, I'd like to know if anybody else would like to say something. You know what I really wanted to do is, I told you I was going to have everybody from Can to say one word. So everybody from Can Academy, just listen up. You don't have to stand up. But I need you, Can, if you're in the back, I need you to just say one word about Dr. Belcher and say it loud enough so that everybody can hear you. Sisters back there, start with you. Thompson, excellent. What did she say?
Classics?
Wait a minute.
There we go.
Oh, there you go. Okay, you can be thinking of those words.
Excellence. It's not on. Oh. Classy.
It's being recorded. But you gotta say it loud so we can hear you.
Super smart. Smooth with a V.
Oh, they're saying it, but we can't hear it. She said smooth with a V. Smooth, okay. I should have rolled this one.
Yeah.
It's on.
He's recording.
But we can't.
Stunning.
Uh-huh.